Welcome back to James Pigeon. So if you have seen my previous videos, you'll know that I'm working on a series to very quickly profile every sitting governor in the U.S. and in 6 state groups of rough regional boundaries. So today we will be profiling 6 governors of the category I'm calling the lower Midwest, but that's kind of vague. Anyway, let's get into it. All right, so the governor of Michigan is Gretchen Whitmer. She took office in 2019. She's 54 years old and a Democrat. Her affectionate nickname is Big Gretch. She was a former state legislator, prosecutor, and vice chair of the Democratic National Convention. She gained a bit of notoriety for a plot by a Michigan militia to kidnap her in 2020, but that never ended up happening. In terms of her political stuff, she is a self-described progressive, and she's also known for her bipartisanship, working with Republicans. And what she's actually done in office, she implemented a much maligned tax increase to pay for infrastructure. She also has tried to get a lot of funding for infrastructure. She's made a lot of pro-choice laws. She's very in favor of using corporate incentives to that the government will give out money in order to stimulate the markets. She has been in favor of legalizing marijuana in Michigan for a very long time, since before 2018 even. And she is trying to make a universal preschool in her state. She's also passed a lot of gun control measures. Next up, the current governor of Ohio is Mr. Mike DeWine. You'll see that my drawing says Mark DeWine. That is just an error. It's Mike DeWine. He is 79 years old. He's a Republican. He was a former state legislator, lieutenant governor, and attorney general before he took office in 2019. He has 8 kids. It was kind of an interesting thing, and he's just a pretty standard conservative. He's anti-gun, anti-marijuana, anti-gay marriage, pro-life, and pro-the death penalty. He's basically just your standard modern conservative. I don't even know modern conservative. He's maybe your standard 80s conservative. He's kind of a bit of a neocon of what the GOP used to be. Don't know how much he is onto the new MAGA populist stuff. Speaking of MAGA populist stuff, Mike Braun is the 72-year-old Republican governor of Indiana. He is a former state legislator and United States senator. He took office in 2025. Fun fact about him is that he attended Harvard. Anyway, he is mildly pro-life. He's a fiscal conservative. But his biggest thing is that he is a massive Trump lackey, basically. No offense, but that's kind of what he is. I mean, he has supported Trump on over 90% of issues. He believes the false conspiracy theory that the 2020 election was stolen. Still does, I think. Has not given that up. He is weirdly, for a conservative though, very environmentalist, and he has praised Greta Thunberg a lot. So I guess there's that. In terms of what he's actually done in office, he tried to influence the leadership of Indiana University, which got some controversy, and he tried to implement Trump's gerrymandering scheme to get more Republicans into Congress. All right, moving on, we have maybe the opposite of that arch-conservative, a bit more kind of the arch-progressive, J.B. Pritzker. He is the 61-year-old Democratic governor of Illinois. His history is that he is a businessman, mostly working in finance. He served in some minor positions in the Illinois government, but his main thing is really from the private sector. He took office in 2019, and he has a weirdly high meme presence. You know, most governors are kind of anonymous figures, but J.B. Pritzker has many meme accounts on Twitter that semi-ironically love him and just like absolutely adore him, kind of as a meme, but they do actually like him, and they tried to get Kamala Harris to make him the running mate. His nickname is the Great Khan of the Midwest. That is part of this meme. He has said that he appreciates the attention. And he also made his own brand of beer called J Beers. So he's kind of a comedic guy. In terms of his ideology, he's just a pretty big progressive. He has raised taxes. He's pro-choice, pro-marijuana. He actually balanced the budget, apparently, and he's pro-gun control, anti-tobacco, and pro-gambling. He tried to get a lot of gambling. I mean, get money, I guess. Illinois is considered to be the most corrupt state, maybe even a bit ahead of my home state, New York, so I'm not accusing him of anything, but definitely some machine politics in that state, so gotta play the game to get elected. Not trying to indict him on anything, but if you want to know about Illinois, it's pretty corrupt. Tony Evers is the 74-year-old Democratic governor of Wisconsin. He is a Democrat, and he took office in 2019. He's basically a lifelong teacher and educator, working in various schools, and he has been the state superintendent of Wisconsin for a long time before he took office. He actually has a PhD. That's how much he likes education. I believe it is in education. So I guess I should call him Dr. Governor Tony Evers, or Governor Dr. Tony Evers. Not sure about that one. He is he's pretty progressive in the kind of Midwestern way. He's pro-choice, mildly supporting gun control, very pro-trans. He vetoed a lot of anti-trans laws and pro-marijuana. He's also anti-gerrymandering, just in general. And then finally, Mike Kehoe is the 64-year-old Republican governor of Missouri, or Missouri, depending on how you say it. He took office in 2025, and previously he was the Missouri Highway Commissioner, a state legislator, and a lieutenant governor. He is just pretty much your basic conservative, but he's pretty moderate. I mean, he's anti-minimum wage. He actually got a bit of notoriety for vetoing a voter-led initiative to raise the minimum wage. He allowed landlords to discriminate based on income in terms of housing. So he's pretty much, a very pro-free market kind of guy, apparently. He also supports Trump's Republican gerrymandering scheme. Anyway, that is a brief overview of all of the governors of the lower Midwest. So stay tuned for next time, where I will be summarizing the governors of the Old Southwest. So the Kentucky, Texas, Mississippi, Tennessee area. All right, see you then.